Hello, Internet. The All Things YouTube live show is about to start, but before it does, the countdown timer is about to come on. I do that to get people in here. It's really short. If you're watching this as a rerun, just go ahead and skip past it. That won't hurt my feelings. I could clip it out, but if I do, YouTube features will be removed, and I don't want to remove anything from you. So we'll get the countdown timer going. I'll always have a hot mic during the countdown timer, so you never know what's going to happen. Get some awesome jams going, and the bald spot cam. You know it, you love it, you can't live without it. Bald spot. Get your friends in here. It's going to be a good show talking about these things. Keeping the jams going. Not long now. Analytics is telling me I'm streaming at 720p, but I'm not. Is this at 1080? Can you check the public page? The public page is showing 1080p. What's going on? I think that's a YouTube glitch. We're chalking that up to a YouTube glitch. Welcome, 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 welcome everyone. I'm Matt Haas. This is the All Things YouTube live show. It's a show where I tell you everything that's new and different on YouTube. Not only tell you, but I show you. Some people just blab about it, not me. I'm a visual person. I show you. There's open Q&A tonight, and I'll be talking about these things. This is an external SSD. It's wicked fast, completely silent, and there's two things people never do in the settings when they're dealing with this. And you should do them. Content creators. This is for content creators. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Error. You need to change the resolution. The current resolution is 720, which is not supported. Like, that's a lie. This is not accurate. Anyway, some people are saying 720. Some people are saying 1080. Who knows? I'm streaming. That's what I'm happy about. Got my overhead cam. There will be a keyboard here next show. A keyboard that lights up. Going to add a new audio element to the show. I'm so thrilled about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's see who's here. Scully's House of Thrillers is here. Welcome. I'm Matt. Glad you're here. Let me pop this down a little bit there. All good. Real Tax Talk is here. That's my friend John. He spun up this new channel, very similar to his old channel, but glad you're back. Michael's here. Jim's here. Who else we got? Yep, Jim Bashir's is here. Love Audio Production. It's my friend Paul Weber. Harneo Media. Driveway Workshop. And my goodness, Monty Cohn is making an appearance. Hello, Monty. Glad you're here. Yeah, look at the emojis. I dig the emojis. Yeah, if you haven't already, drop a like on this video. That really helps me out, and it's free to do. Wait, we have a superstar. Sammy Superstar is here, ladies and gentlemen. He's wicked smart. Coffee, talk, and tech. Yes. I love coffee. I love tech. And I love talking. Glad you're here, brother. And Simply Wooden Creations. That's my friend Russ Clarity. Dave Gatton's here. That's my friend. He says, what's up, Piano Man? I'm learning so many songs. I don't have enough time to record them all. I think you're really going to like that. He loves my piano endeavors. He is musically inclined as well. He plays the guitar. Yes, yes, yes. If you have a question, ask your question in the chat, and I will answer it. How do you like them apples? That's how it works around here. I know a lot about the YouTubes. I'm a web developer. I know a lot about server architecture and web programming, and I know a lot about complicated systems like YouTube that are globally distributed, how they work, what they're looking for, and I know a lot about people, what people do on the platform. Because guess what? YouTube engineers YouTube to work with people's behavior. I know a lot about it. Ask me all of the questions. If I don't get to your question in a reasonable amount of time, ask it a second time. That won't hurt my feelings. Sometimes they slip past me. It happens. I don't do it on purpose. My. Okay. Let's do some fun things here before we get going. I have a course. There's 32 videos. Teaches you how to be awesome on YouTube. Yes, they're on my website, not on the YouTubes. Go get it. It's free. 32 are free. Don't you want free training? I do some one-on-one consulting. You can find out more there. Deep dive review. That's a lot of fun. If you want to interact with me outside of the comments on the live stream here on YouTube, go to my Facebook group. Here's another. This says the same thing. Listen, you got to get in this Facebook group. I answer all questions in this Facebook group really fast. Now, I'm in a lot of other Facebook groups. I'm on Gilded, the Gilded app over there with David Foster's group. And I answer all the questions, but I answer them quicker here. So get into that because I monitor that first. And then email. Are you not on my email newsletter? Get on it. It's free. I announce everything on there. Also, I'm giving away for free as an instant download if you sign up my content to-do list for content creation prepping, pre-go live, and marketing. All of my to-dos. It's in there. It's for free. go sign up. Link is in the description if you can't read the small writing. Patreon, Stream Elements, Buy Me a Coffee. I got all these things. If you do this one I'll retain the most amount of money gets passed along to the creator, and you get your name right there. That's right. And your name will stay there until someone tips over top of you. Could be 2 minutes, could be 2 shows, could be 2 weeks. So that's a fun way. And here's another thing we figured out. You can put any first and last name that you want. You don't have to use your real first. Some people have done some fun, snarky things there. And hey, I don't mind at all. So yeah, this link is also real small right there. It's in the description. And then my Patreon, let's take a look at that. Top patrons: Jerry Brown, Hardio Media, Love Audio Production, Osprey Mama, Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir's, Shalalala Productions. Thank you for being top patrons. If you want to be a patron, I'll put your stuff up here and shout you out. You also get an area of the email newsletters with links to your stuff. It's fantastic. Plus, you make me do labor and redo this overlay. So if you want me to fire up my graphics program and do a lot of work by becoming a Patreon member, do it. I won't mind. $1 patrons: Steve Carmichael, Marta Mike's Woodshop, Anna B Workshop, OJ Woodworking Crafts, Javi's Woodshop, The Mad Maker. And we have a sponsor. It's For Both Perspectives. Last Thursday of each month, go to Shalalala Productions for more information about that. It's a cool show about tech and streaming and all the things. All of the things. Well, that's my show on Thursday. Go check that out if you haven't already. Oh, there's my Facebook. The buttons are getting pushed here, folks. This is free stuff you can do. Well, not free stuff, but if you buy stuff, there are affiliate links. Same price for you. I catch a few pennies. I use Ecamm. That's what's putting these overlays on the screen. You're shopping at Amazon? Just like hit this link first and then go shopping for whatever you want. I'll catch a few pennies, some snarky t-shirts. A lot of fun, lot of fun, lot of fun. Before I get into it, have you seen this video? It is blowing up. Blowing up, I tell you. This one. Look at this. We've got 10 out of 10, or I'm sorry, 1 out of 10 is the rank. So out of my last 10 videos, it's performing the best. And I went through my studio, and every piece of gear I highlighted with affiliate links that you can go buy if you want. And I tell you how it's all hooked together. It's resonating very well. People are loving it. Go check it out. There's a link to this video in the description of this live stream. So do that. But I did want to show you this. So we've got the views are up. The average view duration is up. Oh, sorry, that scrolled off the screen. But look at this one. Impressions, the click-through rates, not good. But look closer. I can't screenshot that. If you squint, what this little box is telling you is my video is being shown to people outside of my audience because it's doing so well. And because of that, people are clicking on it less. So it's saying, hey, this metric is lower, but it's a good thing because we're really showing your video to a lot of new people. So I just want to let you know, sometimes, you're killing it. Solid green, and here, meh. But that's a good meh to have. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense. Thank you, Sammy Superstar. Appreciate that. Shalalala Productions always shouts we're live, and I'll be thinking Matt's thinking. Yep. I think I follow you. Thank you. Well, look, this. I think my little going a little crazy here with my chat messages getting displayed up on the screen. So I just wanted to show that out. Okay, it is open Q&A, and we'll be dealing with that. But let's start off with SSDs. I will. There's a question in the chat. I've got that. I'm going to show Stream Elements in a little bit, but let me get this out of the way because this is important. This is an external drive. Okay, it's not memory for your computer. It's storage. So think of this as a mechanical spinning disk hard drive, but it's not a mechanical spinning disk hard drive. It's SSD, solid state drive. It's a solid state drive. I got the smaller one. I got the 1 terabyte. They also make a 2 terabyte, which is, you know, terabyte per terabyte. It's less expensive. It's more money, but you know, it's a better deal. But I got the one just to check it out. It is so fast. It is so fast. It screams. It screams. And it's completely silent. I love it. Now, this one is the USB 2.2. It's USB 3 2.2. Boy, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna actually get the specs out here for you. 1 second here. Let me just get the link going here. All right. It's USB-C 3.2 Gen 2x2. Okay. What's all that gobbledygook mean? It means it's the latest spec and it's crazy fast. Now you'll want to connect this to a Thunderbolt 3 or Thunderbolt 4 connection because I have both. I have USB-C connections and I have the same connection, but it's Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is 60 megs a second and USB-C is like 5 or 10 megs a second. So you want to connect it to the fastest port possible and it just screams. But here are the 2 things you want to do. And this is especially important if your internal drive is also SSD. Okay? So now this is an external SSD drive. Do you have an internal SSD drive? If so, you're going to want to do what I'm about to show you for sure. It doesn't matter. If you have a new M1 Mac, it's automatically SSD. Most Macs have SSDs in them. Most recent modern Macs do. Some have like a hard hybrid drive, which is part mechanical and part, but this is it. Okay. What's Jim saying before I tell you? My history with electronics is if I hook them up to a Thunderbolt, I need to get back on Amazon because I voided the warranty. Nope. These are built to work with that. How do you know if you have an internal SSD drive? Oh, well, I'll show you. So you come here to About This Mac and you go System Report. Well, first of all, if it's a Mac and it says M1, it's an SSD drive inside because that's the only option. But I come down here. This is my system information. And then I think it's one of these. This. Yeah. Right there. It says SSD. Medium type SSD. That's how you tell. If you're on Windows, I'm sure there's some hardware configuration box that you can do. Okay, here's what you need to do. This is what you need to do. All right. So come to your system preferences and go to Energy Save. And this is the magical checkbox right here. Put hard disks to sleep when possible. Unchecked. You want that unchecked. This is the first of 2 hot tips I'm giving for external SSDs. You want the put hard disks to sleep when possible unchecked. You do not need to sleep SSD drives. You need to sleep mechanical spinning disk hard drives because moving parts, wear and tear, you get it? You follow me? Now, that's only one of 2 reasons for this first tip. There's a second tip, but there's a second reason to uncheck this box. And that's because when your computer goes to sleep, it will eject this if that's checked. If it's put hard drives to sleep, it'll put it to sleep, which is the same as ejecting it. But it doesn't safely eject it. Did you ever yank out a USB thumbstick? Like, did you ever have like one of these guys, just a regular USB drive? Did you ever just yank it out of your computer? You get that warning, oh, thumbstick was ejected improperly. Make sure you unmount the disk before you pull it out of the computer. You get those error messages all the frickin' time. Yeah, I do. Well, you'll get those error messages with this, because when your computer sleeps, it violently severs the connection. It violently unmounts it. You don't want that. So that's issue number one. That's hot take number one. Hot tip number one. Uncheck this box. Hot tip number two, and this is for creative professionals, and it has to do with Photoshop. So this tip only applies to Photoshop. And I have to connect the drive for this to work. So I'm plugging it in. Okay. It is now plugged in. I don't know what's going on there. Let me. Photoshop's still set up on a super big monitor here. Okay, so here's what you need to do in Photoshop for your SSD. Go to Preferences, go to Scratch Disks, and then see what I did here? I checked. This is unchecked by default, and this is down below. You don't want that. See how it has a little caret there where you can up and down it like this. So this is the way it is by default. Not good. Not good. You want the scratch disk checked, and you want it first. So you want the scratch disk to default to the SSD, your external SSD. Why is that important? What is a scratch disk? Okay, let me back up. Photoshop will use your internal, we'll use storage. Okay, it used to be hard disk. It'll use storage to help it remember things, because Photoshop is a big app. You know, you're dealing with large pixel files, and it keeps track of all the undo states. I think there's like 50 undo. You go undo, 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 undo. Every 50 things you do, it's like it's saving 50 pictures. It uses a lot of memory. Well, sometimes it can't have access to the memory of your computer, and it uses scratch disk storage in place of memory. And there's a lot of read-write actions happening with that. Well, you want to baby your internal storage, your internal SSD. You don't want to put that to heavy use if you don't have to. So what I've chosen to do here with the scratch disk is I'm saying beat up on my external SSD. Write to it, slam it, smash it, do all the hard stuff to the external one, and keep my internal one fresh and clean and untouched. So those are the two things. Uncheck, put hard disks to sleep when possible. And if you're using Photoshop, force your SSD external to be the top contender when Photoshop chooses to use the scratch disk, which is all of the time. All of the time. So there you go. Those are the two tips. Okay. I love Matt. He is so into this stuff. Well, listen, on the M1 Max, they've soldered the memory, the storage to the motherboard. You can't hot swap the mother. If something happens to your internal storage, you've got to replace the whole computer. If something happens to the memory of your computer, you got to replace the whole computer. now with the M1 chip, the GPU, the CPU, all of the things are on the one chip. It's a throwaway replace device. So what you want to do is you want to keep your internal drive as unused as possible. Now for me, I use all of my equipment. I don't baby anything. Now I don't treat it bad, but I use it. So when I can, I will offload activities to things that I care less about. I care less about that scratch drive. I care more about my internal storage. Ecamm is great, says Sammy Superstar. It is great. Copy. Mel's here. Hi, Mel. Welcome back to the channel. I do not have Ecamm. I am using StreamYard now. That's cool. I just made my own M2. Hey. Oh, I'd like to know more about that. Okay. Let's see if I missed any comments here. I'm just going back on the comments. How are you liking the M1? I freaking love it. I love the M1. I don't see any beach balls. Beach ball is the waiting state. You know, when the cursor turns into like a spinning wheel because it's thinking. I hardly ever see it. Sometimes, a few times I've seen it in Photoshop, but I'm really hammering Photoshop hard. I'm working on something like that, Matt will like. Oh, I like that you're working on something I might like. Nice. Okay. I'm going to... Oh, I should have done... Oh, here we go. Okay, so Michael Mezalik. Sorry, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your last name. Question here. He says, I've seen suggestion on the DuckDuckGo to open several browsers to view my videos. They claim it will add to the watch hours since each has its own IP. Good suggestion. So watch your YouTube videos with this browser. DuckDuckGo is a browser. You know, like Chrome is a browser, Safari is a browser, DuckDuckGo is a browser. Oh, wait. Is DuckDuckGo a search engine? Sorry, DuckDuckGo is a search engine. It's not a browser, is it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're logged in as your account on DuckDuckGo, or you do an incognito window and you go to YouTube and you log in, you're logged in. So yes, it will count as a view. If you don't log in, like let's face it, if you're using DuckDuckGo or you're using an incognito window or you're using a proxy server, all the same thing. It's you're hitting the website and it obscures where you are and who you are. Yes, it will count as a view, but it's a fool's errand. You don't want to rack up watch time that isn't legitimate. Yes, you'll get one more view. Yes, you'll get 5 more minutes of watch time if your video is 5 minutes. But that's not going to do it. That's not going to put a dent into anything. You're not going to make or break your success with that one view. Now, if you watch it multiple times from the same browser or from the same incognito window or from the same proxy, YouTube will scrub that. YouTube looks for patterns. They look for, like, okay, when you did that, when you opened a DuckDuckGo window or an incognito window, and then you saw it, YouTube knows, okay, whoever this person is, it doesn't know it's you, watch that one video, and that's it. They just watched one video, they jumped in and jumped out. Doesn't seem right. Or don't watch the video 10 times in a row. They know the behavior of people. And if something doesn't look like a person is behaving the way normal people behave on the platform, because they keep track of everything. They keep track of who you are. If they don't know who you are, they keep track of as much information as they can find, and they watch what you do. every click, every screen, every hover, everything that was on the screen, they keep track of as an impression. Everything you click on, how much you watch, which videos you watch. Are you watching like a normal person would, going from channel to channel, or are you on one channel rifling through playlist 1 and then going to playlist 2 and rifling through it and going to playlist 3 and like that? You don't want to do that to yourself. 1, it's not going to give you much of a boost, and 2, they're probably going to scrub it anyway. When I say scrub it, they're going to remove the view. They're going to remove the watch time. They do it all the time. They're now doing several times a month. They're removing this data from you because they perceive it to be illegitimate. And that's because they want, when someone pays them to put an ad on a video, they want to be confident that a real user saw that in a real typical viewing session. So yeah, have at it, but you're pretty much only going to get credit for one view and one watch. And now if you did DuckDuckGo and you watched your video and then you watched 10 other videos from 10 other channels, then that's going to be less problematic for you. But then again, you did 11 actions and you were only the first one. You get it. So technically would work. It's not worth doing, in my opinion. M1, it's solid as a tank. It's solid like a tank. It is. M1 is great. I hoped I would love the M1. I freaking love the M1. I looked up geek on Webster's dictionary and found a picture of Matt Haas. I love that. Geek is a term of endearment in my world. I love it. My personal email address has the word geek in the email address. That's how much I love it. Sarah's here. Hi, Sarah. She says, hey, Professor. Hello, right back to you. I'm glad you're here. I just gave 2 awesome tips about SSD drives, and now I'm on to open Q&A. You got to keep the questions coming. If you don't ask questions, we're going to wrap up quickly. We don't want to do that. My new computer has 250 meg SSD with the operating system on it. All my programs are installed on the 1 terabyte SATA drive. Okay. A lot of is the SATA drive that's the spinning hard disk drive. A lot of that's the way it was for the that was the normal configuration, where you have a small SSD for critical system files and the operating system, and then your work was on the slower spinning disk hard drives. But yeah. Getting better every day, thanks. Oh yes, Dave. Dave had some health issues. I'm glad you're on the mend, brother. I was really scared for you there for a while. I can only imagine, healthy all of your life and then major issues. That, boy, I'm so glad, Dave. So glad you're doing as good as you are. Okay, so how do you put the tip on the bottom of the screen? Like I said, I use StreamYard, but cannot get the overlay to come up. Oh, Stream Elements isn't compatible with StreamYard. Can't do it. But I will show you StreamYard because I think that's a good teaching tool. So what Real Tax Talk is getting at here with this comment is he knows. Sorry, I just like that position better. He knows this here, my lower footer. Here, I'll turn it off. There, that thing. He knows that this was done by Stream Elements. Stream Elements is a third-party website. It's free to be a member, to have an account there. There is no way to pay them. They have a zero pay model. Even if you wanted to give them money, I was going to say, I don't think you can. I'm sure you can, but there's nothing they sell. It's all for free. And it puts this up here. And this is dynamic because if you hit the subscribe button, where's my subscribe link? If you hit the subscribe button, that number's going to roll up. I'm almost at 450. Come on. Anyone not subscribed, hit me up, please. And it'll put the name of the subscriber there, and it'll put the name of the tipper. Remember, I have that that tip feature, this. If you use this, and how does it do it? Well, that's what the service is. The service will render a web page for you, and they'll put these graphics on the web page. It's a unique web address. And then you plug that web address into your streaming software. So you would need Ecamm, vMix, or OBS Studio. This does not work with StreamYard. It does not work with Restream. You need software. And then what it's doing is it's basically rendering the web page over top of this video feed. Now, the good thing is the web page is completely transparent, so it's not messing with the pixels of the video, but it is putting graphics here because it loads that web page. And since it has an API, the Application Programmer's Interface, the API into YouTube, it can do things with YouTube. So it queries YouTube like every 3 seconds. Did I get a new subscriber? I got a new subscriber? X equals X plus 1. You know, it rolls up the number from 449 to 450. It knows, it's talking to YouTube. It knows who the subscriber is. It writes the subscriber on the channel. So let's take a look at that. It also does this. It also has a bot feature where you can enable the bot with admin privileges or mod privileges, moderator privileges, and then it will on timers throw messages up there like that. Okay, so let me show you Stream Elements. Again, questions. Ask YouTube questions, and I will get to them. You can ask about thumbnails, titles, growing your channel, strategy, analytics, anything. I'm open to anything. So this is Stream Elements. It's streamelements.com, and I've configured my YouTube channel and my Awesome Wood Things channel apparently on Twitch, which I don't know why I did that, but I did. And then over here on the left-hand side, you have a bunch of features. So this is the easy one. So this is the timers. And here's my timers I have set up. So every 15 minutes, the chat bot is going to put this reminder to join my Facebook group. And then every 21 minutes, it's going to remind you to slap like. And then every 46 minutes, it's going to remind you to sign up for my email newsletter. So it's fun little things like that. Chat commands, custom commands. This is crazy. If you type any of these types of things into the chat, exactly as I have them typed here, it will come back at you with this message. So if you type !taco, you're going to get the stream bot throw it. So what I did is I said any food emoji. If it's a food emoji, if you spell the food emoji word and prefix it with an exclamation mark, you're going to get a snarky reply like this one. Here's your coffee just the way you like it, as black as your soul. What? You know, it's fun. Now, what we're really after here is the galleries, okay, the themes, the theme galleries, or the themes. I'm sorry, the overlays. I meant to say overlays. What we're really talking about, see, here we go. So now he says coffee. Now watch, the bot's going to come by. It takes a second. There it comes. And there it is. The snarky message. Isn't that cool? Anyway. So here, now this, I got to be honest. This is not for the faint of heart. What Stream Elements has done is giving you every feature, every customization, every type of tweak that you can do, because this is actually white text with a black drop shadow. and of a certain font, and it's not animated. Like they have 4 different animations where it can go like this. You know, it can kind of grow and it can kind of wiggle and shake. It's so what am I trying to say? Because it gives you such awesome control, it's complicated because there's a lot of buttons to push. So let's take a look at some of mine here. So I have good Haas overlay 5. Oh boy, there's a lot happening here. So we've got these elements on. I'm just going to give a quick rundown of how this works. Oh, you're so welcome, Michael. Yep. Yay! Sean is here. Hello, hello. What was the topic tonight? The topic is open Q&A, and I went over 2 important tips that you need to do if you use an external SSD drive. These are 2 things people never do, and they should do. So that's what we went over today. Now I'm talking about stream elements and how to get that features working on your stream. So here are every one of these objects has an item here on the left-hand side, and some of them are animated. This one here is very complicated. I can click this alert box and then go to position and size and go to settings. Oh, and do my subscriber alert. This is actually, and the tip alert. Whew, this is complicated. So look at this little animation. If you send me a tip through Stream Elements, this little guy is going to animate, and look at all these settings you have. So this is what it's going to say. This is how long it's going to be on the screen. I have different variations. I have a Beaver graphic, a Yoshi graphic, a He-Man graphic, and a Donkey Kong graphic. It randomizes them. You can do the text-to-speech. I don't know what that's all about. All of the text. So you've got the font, the size, the line weight, the spacing, and then the justification, the bold. This is just the easy stuff. Then you got all this drop shadow spec. Then you've got the secondary text spec. And then you've got... It just goes on and on and on. And then the animation settings, where I've delayed it by 1, or I have a duration for the text, and the text appears at a delay. It doesn't appear right away because the little guy has to scroll across, and then the text comes up right away. You can get this. This can seem impossible to understand, and rightfully so. But if you spend enough time at it and you watch enough YouTube videos, you can get something workable like this. So this was the Stream Elements overlay feature. And I've got a whole bunch of overlays and some that I failed at, and which what I tend to tell people to do is work on an overlay, get it close, and then copy it. And then work on your copy, because you could mess something up and you don't know how to get it back. It's that complicated until you have one. So overlays are there. Oh, and the tipping services. The tipping services I set up. Again, there's this link right here is the tipping service. It's also here, and it's in the description. What the tipping service does is it gives your audience a box like this, and they can enter what they want to donate and go to PayPal or just drop in a credit card, and then almost all the funds go to the creator. This is the out of everything, out of Buy Me a Coffee, out of Patreon. This one, the most funds go to the creator. Again, I don't know how Stream Elements is staying in business. They don't charge you anything, and they're not skimming any money off the top, with the exception of the credit card processing fee, which is 2.9%. You got to pay that. Other than that, how are they making money? I have no idea, but they must have capital investors. We learn to practice, we practice to learn, and then repeat. Exactly. Very technical stuff. Hey, you know, sometimes I get techie. 450 is a good number. Yeah, from my subs. Yeah, almost there. Almost there. You can't watch it on DuckDuckGo without being tracked. Okay, well. I think DuckDuckGo isn't tracking you. Other things can track you, but I think DuckDuckGo is. Yep, 500 is better. More is better. Copy Trading says, can you run competitions on YouTube and ask viewers to like, comment, and subscribe, or is it against YouTube's terms of service, I believe you're trying to say? Yes, you can run as many contests as you want. There's nothing in the terms of service that says you can't do that. There are things in the law that say what you can and can't do. For example, you can't run a lottery. Like, you can't say, everyone pitch in $2. I'm going to pick a winner and it's going to be 50-50. I'm going to keep 50. Like, that's not legal to do without a small games of chance license. And even still, there's restrictions on how you can run your small games of chance. So, but no, you can absolutely do that. I like the carousel. Like, that is the way to do it. Like, I've done contests where I've done a lot of contests here. And I will say, and I run a contest. I'm a host of a content yearly. I didn't do it in 2020 because, 2020. But here's the deal. Legally speaking, I'm not a lawyer, but don't check everything I say against a real lawyer. But here's the gist of it. If it's free to enter, then it's okay. Then you're not breaking any laws. So if there's no restrictions on who can enter and it's free to do so, then you can give away money or give away prizes that are valuable all you want. That's perfectly fine. Nothing in the YouTube terms of service is going to prevent you from doing that. You're not going to get in trouble for doing that. You want to be clear. You want to be open about what you're doing. To join this, nothing should be ambiguous. Here's how you enter, and then be explicit on how you enter. And then say when you're going to pick a winner and say how you're going to announce it, and then do the things you say. Like, these are just good practices. But as far as YouTube's concerned, run contests all you want. I prefer not to use the word contest. I think it's legally safer to say giveaway. They're probably both fine, but contest can insinuate that maybe you have to pay to be a part of the contest, and that's crossing a legal issue. Not legal with YouTube. YouTube doesn't care. Legal in your country. So, how do you link Streamlabs Lab? How do you get the link for the Streamlabs bot for the channel to put into the mod list? Oh, okay. You follow the directions. There's directions over here on the bot, the chat commands and the timers. The first time you come here, it will there's something you need to do. Like, okay, so it's going to appear. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Okay. It's going to. Hold on. Here. Nope. Community. Okay. Yeah, here. See, you need. Whoops. I'm not sharing. Sorry. I'm under settings, and then community. You need to get the Stream Elements bot up here in the moderators. And you would do that just just like you do any other YouTube member. But there's directions on how to do that in the on the Stream Elements site. So just come down here to bot, start configuring, and it'll prompt you exactly what to. I forget exactly what the steps are, but it wasn't a problem for me. Yeah. Use the term giveaway, because that implies that's a little bit more clear that there's no money being given by the participants. Contest doesn't declare money is being given by the participants, but it's a little more unclear. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anyway, Sarah says, would it be legal to auction my work on YouTube? And the law. No, you can sell stuff on YouTube and you can run auctions. That's fine. Worked like a dog for the last week and was going to take yesterday off. Did a 3-mile hike instead. You go, Jim Dockrell. Go. Remember, this is not legal advice. Yeah. How about it? Yeah, I can't find the link on Streamlabs to get on the community tab. I'll help you out after the show. Yeah. I'll figure out what I did previously. It wasn't that hard. Yeah, you're allowed to sell stuff. I mean, an auction is you're selling stuff. That's fine. Auctions are allowed. You know, you can use a service. You can go on, you can put links to eBay. eBay is an auction. That's fine. If you wanted to run it yourself. Oh, but there, I forget the name. There's a service. So if you're running a giveaway, the way to really ratchet things up, because the way I would do it is I would say, put this certain phrase in my comments of the video and you'll be entered to win. That way you can comment. If you didn't want to be in the giveaway, you could just write whatever you wanted. So this was a nicer way. And then what I would do is you can go to a website that picks a comment at random, and it can say only factor in comments that have this phrase in it. I usually use the phrase "I want it." So if someone types "I want it," and if I do a lot of things, like I'll make something in my shop and I'll say, okay, for this item, if you want it, say "I want it" in the comments, and then I'll pick a winner. Then I go to a website. You just do a Google search for random comment picker or random YouTube comment picker, and then I'll do a live stream and I'll go to that and it'll pick the winner. And then that person won. That's an easy way to do it. But there's ways to do a carousel. Did you ever see them where it says, okay, go to my Facebook page and like it? Then you get one entry. And then the next item below it is go to my Twitter account and follow me. And that's another entry. And then go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. That's another entry. And it has a whole list of these things. And each action, it kind of opens a new tab, and then you do something, you close the tab, you come back, and it registers it. Like, now that's a paid service. You have to pay for that. But man, does your social media fill up. I forget what the name of that company is called. If someone knows what that company is in the chat, let me know. So if you're okay with paying however much they charge, $25, $35, $50 to run that type of contest or giveaway, that's a way to step up your game right there. Oh, sign up for my email list. You know, another entry. And then they'll give you a link that you can post on your social media. And if you get 10 people to sign up, you'll get extra entries for that. It's just, you see how it just snowballed. Like that is super, that is a way to grow your business, is to use one of those services. But they're not free. They're not expensive, but they're not free. Oh, it was on the dashboard. Good deal. Excellent ideas, Matt. Thanks. You're welcome, Copy Trading. You're welcome. Yep. additional YouTube questions. Open Q&A, folks. Let's keep the party going. Drop a question in the chat, and I will answer for you. These SSDs are so fast. I wonder if you can see that. Can you see this SSD? Try that. Oh no, you can't see it. I have a setting over here. Hold on a second. So let me preferences. Oh, you can't see that either. You see that? Can you see this floating dialog box? I don't know if you can see that or not. Show everything went. Okay, so now I think you can do this. So let me stop live demo mode. Okay, come over here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Oh, I have Photoshop open. Look at that. Rocking Photoshop while I'm streaming. Probably shouldn't do that. So there's my external drive. It's fast. It is so fast. Watch how fast it is. Let me. 100. You can't see that. Here is 125 gigabytes. Gigabytes. This file is 125 gigabytes. Let's watch how fast this can go. Let me get my stopwatch going here. Okay, ready? I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy it from this external SSD. This is my external SSD. See the external SSD there? From that to my internal hard drive or my internal SSD. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. All right. 3 seconds. Well, here we go. About 3 minutes. We'll see if that goes. That is fast. That is 125 gigabytes of data. We're 20 seconds in. About 2 minutes. Yeah, look how fast it's going. It's going about 1 gig a second. 1 gig a second. Have you tested NDI with Ecamm? I don't have an environment where I need NDI, so no, I have not tested it. Photoshop is fine with the M1. Yeah, I love Photoshop. I'm rocking it like crazy. That is fast. See, Sammy knows. Sammy knows. Okay, we're 55 seconds in, and we're climbing up to about halfway. Now what I should do is once this is done, I should plug the SSD into the regular USB-C port, not the Thunderbolt port. It's in the Thunderbolt port now, but I should plug it into the, and then that would probably get 5 times longer. So it would probably be about, about 10 minutes. Instead of 2 minutes for the transfer, it'd probably be 10 or 12 minutes. And then, I have other USB hard drives, the spinning disk hard drives. These over here. Can you see them? Those are my spinning disk hard drives. Those are just regular USB drives. And those would be much, much slower. All right, let's go back to this. It's almost done here. Less than a minute. I see 2 minutes, 15 seconds now. All right, we've got 115 out of 125. Not much more to go. 120, 5 more to go, and There we go. Look at that. 2 minutes, 33 seconds. And that was a huge amount of data. That was 125 gigabytes, almost 126 gigabytes of data. Oh, that's fast. Yeah. Kind of crazy, huh? Now, I don't need this here. So I'm going to delete it. Delete. Cyberman, delete. And also you're streaming live. Okay. That's true too. Yeah. Do you need a lot of processing power just to move files around? I guess you need some. I'm working on some overlays, and I might sell them in the All Things YouTube color for you, Matt. Well, I will, if you would like the hex code of my color, I will give it to you, Sammy. Because I have a certain green that I use as the brand color. Yep. Okay, folks, here's the deal. Next week's show is on the 24th. It's always a Monday. I am thinking about moving the start time of the show an hour later. So instead of 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm thinking about 8 p.m. Eastern. But that won't happen this month. Also, announcement. There will be no show Monday the 31st. That is a holiday, and I will not be streaming that day. So next Monday, we're in. We're here. We're here next Monday. I'm going to have content for you, and I'm going to have open Q&A next Monday. The Monday after that, the 30th of May, no show. And then we're back on track June 7. Okay? Why 8? Why 8? Because I've noticed a lot of people start jumping in about 20 minutes before I end the show. And I think the West Coast, it would be a little more convenient for them if I were to start at 8, because that starts at 4. A lot of people are working at 4 in the afternoon Pacific time. So I'm thinking maybe if I could start the show at 5 Pacific time, that might work better. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. 1 a.m. here, but I think most of your viewers in the U.S., I'll watch the replay. Well, again, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it might happen. There's Dave Hart, acousticized. Hey, Matt, just checking in. All Things YouTube. And he did a like emoji. Excellent. Slap the like button if you haven't already. Robert and I have an open Q&A show tomorrow on Verbose Wednesdays. Click that link, choose set reminder, and then Brenda G and I do our Thursday show, Mind Equals Blown. So complicated, I can't even tell you what it's about because we don't even know, but we have a good time. And she gives away free stuff. She literally mails someone in the chat a gift every show. She's crazy. I don't know how she does that. Hasn't 7 p.m. Eastern been a thing for All Things? Yeah, I've always done 7 p.m. Eastern. It might stay 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm just thinking about changing the time. Still thinking about it. But yeah. Don't miss next week's show. Definitely get in there and hit set reminder on my show next week, the 24th. And no show Monday, the 30th. If you have any show suggestions, let me know. I'll be glad to jump on any topic. Why are you whispering? Uh-oh, was I whispering? I hope I wasn't whispering. Since today is day 1 again for me, what is the best way to raise the CTR from this day forward? Yeah, your first 10 videos, it's probably not even worth looking at any type of analytics. But you're just going to have to use the keyword research, have your videos or live streams titled and in the description in such a way that people would search for that term. That's the best way to get CTR going, because YouTube might throw up someone else's video on that search term, but as they're watching it, yours might appear on the sidebar or maybe an up next. It's really hard to get surfaced as on the actual search terms, but you might appear somewhere else on the interface. So do your keyword research, try and pick a phrase that you can rank for, and do that. Sammy's thinking about getting an M1 laptop. Yeah. I hear they're great. I've got the Mac Mini, and you've got the M1 Mac Mini. Yeah. And I ordered the iPad Pro. I have the iPad Pro on order. It won't be here until the end of June, but I do have that. And my hope is I can use the iPad Pro as my daily driver outside of the office. And I'll come to the office, I'll do the heavy work here. I'll do the Photoshop work, I'll do the video editing, I'll do the live streaming, all on my M1 Mac Mini. But when I'm on the sofa, when I'm out and about, when I'm in the coffee shop, I'll have the iPad Pro, and I think I'll be able to do show planning, respond to messages, social media, photos, on the iPad Pro. So that's going to be what I'm trying. I've never had an iPad before as a daily workhorse. Now, this is an iPad over here. But I don't do work on that iPad. That runs my application that teaches me how to play the piano and other things too. Have a great night. Thank you. You have a great night too. I'm ending it here. Thanks everyone. Drop a like if you haven't already. I'll see you next week. Stay awesome. And get the questions coming. If you have any questions, get in the Facebook group. Please, the Facebook group. I'm giving away a free to-do list on my email list. Get in on the email list for that. Link is in the description. To-do list for planning and to-do list for marketing. It's all there. I lay it all out for you, and it's for free. All right, taking off. Bye, everyone. And Deloach is here. He says, I love you. I love you too, brother. Go to this channel. This guy is nuts. He is making some crazy, big, awesome things. Maker238. Search that on YouTube. That's who this is right here. Okay, jumping off. Bye, everyone. You're welcome, John. I'm glad you got that figured out. Have any questions about what we talked about, let me know. Bye.